Hi guys, hope you're well. Just want to really quickly do a little video. I just got off the phone talking to a parent that wants to take their child out of martial arts. Child's 6 years old, and basically has decided that martial arts isn't for them because it's just too hard. I always put up a little bit of resistance when I get these phone calls because it really saddens me. I find it's a real shame that children find their way into martial arts and they're doing some training, some physical stuff, but then the parents are just not really supporting the child. And I know straight away people go, oh, you're attacking the parents. It's not attacking the parents, right? But parents of young children know that children don't make the right decisions. So why do you let them make the decisions, such big decisions? If I said to you now that, you know, if I had a crystal ball and I said, look, on this day, something really bad's going to happen to your child. Somebody's going to, you know, back in my day, it was getting beaten up behind the bike sheds. You know, something bad's going to happen to your child. But if you get them training now, once or twice a week, kicking and punching, getting really strong, getting their confidence up, they're going to be in a position where they're either super confident and that conflict doesn't happen because they talk their way out of it, or that conflict does happen, but they don't get beaten up, they don't get victimized, they don't get turned into being bullied for the rest of their life. They actually kick butt and they fight back and they're really strong and they're confident and they have a process that doesn't attack their mental health. They don't get, oh my God, I was in a fight. Oh my God, this happened. Oh my God, he hit me. It's like, no, they've been prepared for that battle and they were able to be successful and go to their parents and have the confidence to say, look, this is what happened, this is what happened. Go to the teachers, this is what happened, this is what happened. Go to the police, this is what happened. And have the confidence to be able to do that. There's so much talk now of mental health issues. And when you listen to some of these people's stories, it tracks back to when I was a kid, I got beaten up. When I was a kid, I got bullied. When I was a kid. All of this damage is being done when they're children. And we have the strength, we have the potential to stop this. It's better to build strong children than it is to try and fix broken and weak adults, you know? And when a parent just says, oh, well, they just don't want to do it anymore, I think that's not true. It's absolutely not true. It's not that they don't want to do it anymore. It's because you don't want to stand up to them and say, no, you must do it. No, this is important. You should do this. I want you to do this. I have 2 6-year-old twin boys who are actually martial arts mad. However, they still have their days when they go, Daddy, we don't want to go karate today. We don't want to go martial arts today. And I go, okay, it's fine, no problem. But if there's no martial arts, then there's no sweets, or there's no TV, or there's no Nintendo, or there's no Xbox, you know? There's a trade-off. And they soon go, oh, no, we're just joking. Of course we want to go. And then when they go, they have a great time, you know? And sometimes we have to find a way. If we turn around and say, right, we want our kids to eat really healthy food. If you went to the doctor and the doctor said, right, your child is deficient of a particular vitamin, we need them to eat this food, you wouldn't just go, oh no, we tried it, they didn't do it. You'd find a way. You'd convince them. You would trade with them. You would hide it, disguise it, you know, into something else, right? Into a juice, into a shake, into a whatever, okay? Our job is to convince our children that working hard and achieving goals is the way forward in life, because it is. Society is breeding a whole bunch of kids now that just quit. We're breeding quitters. And when we just allow them to go, I don't want to do that. Oh, okay. People pick up the phone, so like, hi, yeah, we've had a chat and they don't want to do it anymore. Oh, how old is your son? Oh, he's 5. Well, how did you have a chat with a 5-year-old and let them come to the decision that they know what's best for their life? It's ridiculous. You know, I'm not saying that martial arts is for everybody. I'm not saying that. But if your child has found martial arts, if your child is already in, then what you should be doing, if there is a child that is giving you some resistance, and I'm not saying if they're kicking and screaming and going nuts that we're going to drag them in. That's absolutely not the way either, because we can come up with a much better system. We can talk to the instructors, talk to the team, talk to me and say, hey, look, this is what we're dealing with. And sometimes it is right to say, okay, well, let's take them out of martial arts and bring them back in maybe in 5 or 6 months' time. But let's do some work in between then to encourage them to come back. Let's guide them by maybe some of the programs they watch. My kids love things like Ninjago and stuff like that. Let's encourage them through media to get them to come back. You know, if they watch Kung Fu Panda, if they watch Ninja Turtles, whatever it is, then they're a little bit like, I want to do that, you know, and then we can get them back. And our plan is to say, okay, well, maybe now's not the time, but let's get them back in a few months' time. But let's work on it. Let's not just be lazy. Let's not just quit and go, yeah, they don't want to do it. It's just bollocks. Let's just actually take control of our children's destiny and say, listen, we want our kids to be awesome. You know, we want our kids to be awesome and safe, you know, and that means we got to work at that. And working at it isn't just saying yes all the time. Sometimes we've got to say, okay, I respect what you're saying. I respect how you think. You know, I have conversations with my boys all the time. I tell them all the time, I respect them, I love them, I care about them, but I'm dad and I know best. Yeah, and I want you to be able to kick, punch, do the splits, do push-ups. My boys do push-ups, sit-ups every single day. Not because I demand it from them, but because I've encouraged them at a young age, just the same as we encourage them to brush their teeth. We encourage them at a young age to make that part of their routine, to get up and do push-ups and then be proud of what they've achieved. Push-ups is not a thing that we should do because they've been bad. You've been naughty, do push-ups. It should be a thing that gives us an opportunity to encourage them. Well done. And whatever sport your children want to get into, whether it's swimming, football, rugby, you know, the sport of martial arts and competitions, whatever it is, being fit and healthy is not a bad thing. Teaching them young to do exercise, teaching them young to seek validation in exercise. Hey mum, hey dad, look what I can do. Look what I've done today. You know, rather than just sitting on the sofa doing sod all, that doesn't help them, you know. So I just want to really put out today and say, listen guys, you know, we're heading towards Christmas and, you know, we have that where the dark nights come in now and the weather changes and all that kind of stuff. You know, one of the great things about martial arts is it's an opportunity for our children to do exercise indoors, no matter what the weather. It can be dark, raining, you know, absolutely freezing cold outside. It doesn't matter. If you get them to the dojo, you get them in the centers and they'll train. And when they train, they'll come out going, yeah, that was great. Because, you know, we're changing their chemistry. We're changing their psychology. We're changing their physicality. And then that takes time, but it also needs routine. And when you start breaking that routine, when you take your kids out of training for a few weeks, sometimes kids come out because they're poorly for a while. That's fine, but we've got to get them back in. It's the same as school. If your kid has a day off school and you make that day amazing, they sit and play video games all day and you give them ice cream and jelly, guess what? They're going to have a load more days off school because they're going to say, oh, I don't feel very well today. Okay, have a day off. You've got to do the opposite. You know, when I was a kid, if I had a day off school, I was in bed, I had some horrible soup to drink, and I was like, oh my God, let me get back to school. This is horrible. You know, if they're out of training for a little while, we've got, it's no good to sit them in front of the TV and making life fantastic. You're gonna go, okay, well look, go tidy your bedroom, go do some chores. You know, let's do something that makes them go, yeah, actually, I can't wait to get back in the dojo. Give them a carrot, and sometimes it's a stick, you know, sometimes no, if you don't do it, you can't have that. Sometimes here's a reward, right? But ultimately, we've got to push our children to succeed and have a success mentality, to have a mentality that is about fighting, not fighting necessarily with their fists, but fighting with their attitude, you know, not to be quitters. Let's do that together. Let's work as a team. You know, our job as martial arts instructors is to assist you in making your kids as bloody awesome as they can be. That's solely what we want to do. And the way we do that is we do it with martial arts. You know, we teach them to be strong. It's a fantastic conduit for success in so many areas. You know, let's work as a team. So if you're in a position where you think, well, if this is you, I'm not so sure, you know, they're struggling a little bit, don't just quit. Don't just teach your kids to quit. Pick up the phone, speak to the instructor, speak to the sensei, go in and talk to them. Be proactive. Say, hey, listen, what's the situation? My kid's not enjoying this. The syllabus, all syllabuses in martial arts are designed to target certain areas, right? So it's like, again, it's like learning to play the guitar. You might learn 3 or 4 chords that are really good and you really get those really well. And there might be this one chord you go, do you know what? I hate this chord. I just can't get it. It's so hard because it requires a lot more practice. It's a lot harder on your hands, a lot harder on your fingers. It's painful. So you don't quit the guitar. You just have to fight through that. And it's the same with martial arts. If you've got somebody that's, you know, great at punching but not great at kicking, when it gets to a part of the syllabus where there's a lot of kicks, they go, no, I don't want to do it anymore. And if we just allow them to quit, they're just failing because they didn't achieve that one module, that one section. And that one section of weakness is actually the thing that's going to keep them weak in everything else that they do. Because they're always going to hit a barrier. They go, I can't do that bit. It's like kids reading a book. You know, you don't get to a word and they go, oh, I don't know that word. Okay, put the book down. That's it. Forget. You're not reading. That's it. You don't. You teach them. You read that word lots and lots of times. You find that, you write that word down in sentences. When I was a kid, you used to go up on the blackboard and write words on the blackboard 100 times. We have to do that repetition. It's inevitable, you know. And let's not allow our kids just to quit and fail because we're not supporting them and we're not giving them what they need to succeed. And what they need is a helping hand, is a gentle push, it's a gentle nudge. You know, sometimes it's not so gentle. Sometimes it's no, that's what's going to happen. We are going to do this. You know, authority is the thing that we follow. It's the thing we respect. You know, but authority is earned. Trust is earned. You know, we don't demand it. That's why martial arts is such a fantastic way for our children to learn, because everybody that stands in front of them and teaches them, you know, we have an hierarchy. We have black belts, we have brown belts, we have different grades. As students come through the belts and they go, God, that was really hard, they then have a newfound appreciation for what the students above them, the higher grade students, have been through. And we've all walked that path. So everything that every student is being asked to do, however tough it is, we above them in grade have all done it. We've all walked that path. There's nobody just sat there going, you know, like commanding this, that, and the other that hasn't done it. So that's why martial arts works so successfully, because we're not just demanding, we're showing, we're coaching. And that has so much power. So if you need any help with your students, with your children, especially with Christmas coming up, and let's say the weather changes and everything, it's really hard sometimes to get them in the dojo. Talk to the instructors, talk to the team, speak to myself, and let us help you. Let's take this journey for your children. Let's take it seriously. Let's make it the best experience they can have, but let's do it as a team. It's not just for us to do, and it's not just for you to do. Let's work together. And when you hit those little bumps in the road, don't just quit, don't just give up. Talk to us. Let's find a way. Okay, listen guys, sorry to rant a little bit, but I feel really passionate about, you know, as I said, I feel really passionate that when children have found martial arts and they found this amazing thing, it's like seeing somebody with a lottery ticket, you know, and they just tear it up. I think, well, you could have done such good with that. You just wasted it. Oh well, it was just getting to I don't know, getting to cash it in was just too hard. I couldn't be bothered. I'm just going to tear it up. That's how I see it. I see it. So many children that could have gone down certain routes, which would have been like negative for them, have been strong and got so much from martial arts that it really resonates with me when I just see people quit and just give up, you know. So enjoy the rest of your day, and please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions at all. Don't hesitate to reach out to myself or any members of the team, and we look forward to seeing you soon. All right guys, take care, stay safe, bye bye.